Okay, in problem number 9, we're told to find the 6th term in the sequence. Now we have negative 3 plus square root of 2, 0, 3 minus square root of 2. Alright, so what we have to do is find the common difference. Alright, now for this one I'm going to need a little bit more room, so I'm going to go to a different sheet of paper and then we'll come back to this. So in this particular problem we are given negative 3 plus square root of 2. Alright, so we have negative 3 plus square root of 2, 0, and 3 minus square root of 2 for our terms in our sequence. Alright, now the easiest way to come up with a common difference is going to be to combine the 0 and this. So because it'd be 3 square root of 2 minus 0. So for our common difference, our common difference ends up being 3 minus square root of 2. So again, that's D. Now we are told in this particular problem to find the 6th term. But we know A1. A1 is equal to negative 3 plus square root of 2. N is going to be equal to 6. So we have all the information we need to solve for the 6th term. Alright, so we're going to find A sub 6. So A sub 6 is going to be equal to negative 3 plus square root of 2, okay, plus 3 minus square root of 2 times n minus 1, which in this case is going to be 6 minus 1, which would be 5. Okay, so now this is what we'll bring this down. Okay, plus 3 minus square root of 2. Go ahead and simplify this. We get 5. Okay, now when we multiply 5 times this, we're going to multiply 5 times the 3, and then 5 times the square root of 2, or negative square root of 2. So we'll end up with negative 3 plus square root of 2 plus 15 minus 5 square root of 2. Okay, so we're still solving for the 6th term. Now when we combine all this, we're going to combine the numbers and then combine the radicals. Okay, so we have 3 and 15, so that's going to give us, we have negative 3 and 15, so that gives us negative 12. Now we have square root of 2 minus 5 square root of 2, okay, so it's going to end up being minus 4 square root of 2. Okay, and so that's our 6th term in this particular problem. Alright, now, I know it may be a little bit confusing with the radicals, but you may need to go back and refresh your memory on those as far as adding and subtracting with radicals. But for now, let's go on and move on to number 10. Okay, for number 10, we're told to find the 45th term in the sequence. Okay, we've done similar problems with this. We know A1 is equal to negative 17. We know N to be 45. We know that we can figure out our common difference by taking the difference of these two. So it'd be the common difference will end up being D is equal to negative 11 minus negative 17. Okay, so our common difference here is going to be 6. Okay, and so now we have enough information to find the 45th term. If you plug it all in, and you should end up with 247. If you have problems with that, you can either refer back to previous videos or ask me in class. Alright, now let's look at number 11. Alright, number 11, in number 11 we're asked to write the sequence. So basically we've got to find the terms in between. Alright, now to find the terms in between, we're going to kind of put placeholders and kind of walk through this. Alright, now with this, let's go ahead and I'm going to move over just a little bit to give myself a little bit more room while looking at the problem. You should be able to refer to the problem on your own paper. So I'm going to kind of just use the room over here to solve this. Alright, so let's look. 35, okay, is the first term. So that's A sub 1. Well, we want 3 terms or 3 means in between. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and then we get to 45. Okay, so we know this is A sub 1. This would be A sub 2, A sub 3, A sub 4, and A sub 5. Alright, so now we know N is equal to 5. Okay, a sub 5 is equal to 45, so that could be our a sub n in the start of our formula. Okay, and then all we need is, we're going to solve for the common difference, is what we have to solve for. So we don't know what d is, but we have enough information to solve for it. So what we'll do here is say 45 is equal to a1, which is 35, plus d, which we don't know, times n, which we know to be 5, minus 1. Okay, so we'll end up with 45 is equal to 35 plus, I'm going to go ahead and simplify this, you get 4, so it's 4d. Okay, we're going to subtract 35 from both sides, and we end up with 10 is equal to 4d. Okay, and so what we'll do here is we'll divide both sides by 4. Okay, and so our common difference here, we're going to go ahead and come up with a decimal answer for this. If you wanted to leave it as a fraction, you could, but we're going to go ahead and divide 10 by 4, and we end up with a common difference of 2.5. So d is equal to 2.5. Now we weren't actually asked for 2.5. Well, for the common difference, we're asked for these terms. So to come up with these terms, we're simply going to add 2.5 to the one in front of it. So if I add 2.5 to 35, I get 37.5. Okay, then I'm going to add 2.5 to it, and when I do that, I get 40, and then I'm going to add 2.5 to it, and I get 42.5. So our answer would actually be 37.5, 40, and 42.5 for the terms in that sequence. Alright, now let's go ahead and look at, we can go ahead and look at number 12. Alright, number 12 is similar to 11 in that you're finding two means or two terms in between the A1 and whatever you're given. So in this particular case, we're given -7, and we want two terms in between. Okay, so we're going to have -7 as our A1. This would be A2, A3, and then A4. Okay, so for this, we're going to have to solve for the common difference again. So what we'll do here is take 2.75 equal to -7 plus d, which we don't know, times n minus 1. N is going to be 4. That's the last term that we have. So we'll end up with 2.75 is equal to -7 plus d times 3, so it's 3d. Okay, then we'll add 7 so that we get 9.75 is equal to 3d. Divide both sides by 3, and we end up with our common difference of 3.25 in this particular case. Now again, we want the second term and the third term. So what we'll do here is take the 3.25 and add it to the -7. When we do that, we end up with -3.75. Well, I'm going to write it over here. I have a little bit more room. So A1 was -7, which was given. A2, okay, we're combining the 3.25 in this, so that we end up with -3.75. Okay, and then we're going to add -3.75 to that. Add positive 3.25 to it, and so we end up with 0.5 negative, and then we're going to add another 3.75 to that, and so we end up with A4 is 2.75. So again, we're taking the number in front and adding the 3.25 to it. So we added 3.25 to this, to the -7 to get this. Then we added 3.25 to this to get this. So we're just taking our common difference and adding it to it. Alright.